As I'll be honest, uh, you ever like sneeze so hard that like it hurts all over? Right before I press record, that happened. Man, make my arm hurt. My arm is hurting now. Ugh. Welcome back to the Wes Craven movie reviewing marathon, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the 2005 film Cursed, which gets a 5.0 on IMDb, and was actually written by Kevin Williamson, directed by Wes Craven. And of course, we are continuing the Wes Craven movie reviewing marathon. And I've actually had this DVD for a minute. I have never seen this until I actually just got done watching it like maybe 20 minutes ago. And it's cool. This is the uncut version because I do remember this movie being like really PG-13. And I caught it on TV a long time ago. And I'd only seen like the beginning of it where the car turns over and car accident scene. That was it. I didn't see any more from this movie. I didn't even know this was made by Wes Craven. So this is really the first time I sat down and watched it all the way through. And this is one that I had heard a lot of like bad things about. Over the years, a lot of Wes Craven fans have said this is like one of his worst ones, one of their least favorites. I think this movie was a lot of fun. I actually did enjoy this movie quite a bit. Surprisingly, I just thought it was pretty well made. It was pretty fun. It was like Vampire in Brooklyn, man. We went from that to here, and I'm like, yeah, these are two fun movies. What's everybody talking about? But Cursed, you got a werewolf in Los Angeles. Basically, is the plot. I mean, it's bare minimum plot, but that's what it is. A werewolf loose in Los Angeles. In the heat of Los Angeles. I don't know why I'm so goofy today, but hopefully it makes the review not as boring, because I'm over here like, hey guys, welcome back to my review on a film from 1845. Even though they didn't make movies back then. I don't know, man. This review's going all over the place, but we're going to keep it going. But essentially, the story is you got your lead, Ellie, Christina Ricci, who's been in other movies. It's pretty cool seeing her here. She's a pretty good actress. You got Jesse Eisenberg, who's her brother. They get into a car accident one night because there's an animal that goes out on the road, which you find out later is a werewolf. And the accident happens, and the car they hit tumbles down this hill, and the person survives, but becomes killed by, I don't know why I said becomes killed. They get killed. I'm all over the fucking place in this review. Bear with me. And my fucking nose is over here like leaking. God damn it. There we go. All right. Don't worry, guys. I'm not doing cocaine, I swear. But the other person they hit ends up getting killed by a werewolf, and Jesse Eisenberg and Christina Ricci end up getting scratched by the werewolf in the process. And they are slowly showing signs of the curse. You've been cursed by the werewolf, the mark of the beast. And they, can't touch silver. They begin to pretty much pull Spider-Man 3 and become emo a bit with Jesse Eisenberg with the hair and everything. And that's kind of a weird thing in this movie. It's like you become sexy when you become a werewolf. Like when you're going through the motions of the curse, one of the things is you become sexy as a werewolf. Like, what the fuck is this? But they start, feeling the side effects. Meanwhile, there is a werewolf running around killing people off in Los Angeles, and they end up being tied up in that. Have to figure out who it is. And they think it's her boyfriend, but it ends up not being him. He ends up being a werewolf, but there ends up being another one too. Which for some reason the name is not appearing here. Is it Joshua Jackson? It's not popping. I don't know what's going on with this IMDb thing. It's not like nothing is in order here. Like Judy Greer, who plays a pretty big part in this movie, is all the way at the bottom of the list. Like, what the hell is this about? Apparently Derek Mears is in this movie. Derek Mears plays a werewolf. Wow! Derek Mears plays the werewolves in this. I'm finding that out right here. That's cool, man. That's really cool. But yeah, it is Joshua Jackson. He ends up. You find out he is one of the werewolves, but he's not the one that's going around killing people. He's not the one that's responsible for them being attacked. And yeah, I think that this movie is a hell of a lot of fun. I had a fun time with this. Is it 100% perfect? No. I don't think it's one of Wes Craven's worst movies, though. I think this is truly a fun and highly entertaining film. I think it was cool seeing an early performance by Jesse Eisenberg in this movie. He fit this character perfectly. Jimmy, Christina Ricci, great actress. Cool seeing her in this movie. Judy Greer is actually decent in this movie, which, no offense to her, but the Halloween movies didn't do her justice. But here she's actually decent in this film. So you got Judy Greer, you got a good cast overall in this film, you have a lot of good comedy, a lot of good stuff in this movie that I think hit a lot better than they did in Vampire in Brooklyn. I think the humor in this is much funnier. I think Kevin Williamson's writing in this movie is pretty good. Like, there's this character running around bullying Jesse Eisenberg and, basically really homophobic type of dude. And he ends up being gay, and he's like, yeah, because Jesse Eisenberg's like, you got a lot of, pent up, aggression. I can tell, like, this over homophobia type of thing, and the guy, like, feels all bad for bullying Jesse Eisenberg's like, yeah, I am gay. It takes one to know one. And that whole scene, Jesse Eisenberg, yay, go gay. Just, that shit was hilarious. A lot of the humor, the werewolf, you find out, I guess, spoiler alert, is Judy Greer, which I thought was a weird twist at first. I was like, oh, great, Judy Greer as the werewolf. Okay, what the fuck is this? But she did a pretty good job in this movie. I thought she sold the role. And I like the idea that she goes into hiding and the cops show up. And Christina Ricci's like, yeah, her skin's dry, she got a bony ass. And the werewolf just busts out this freaking window and flips her off. I thought that was hilarious. I think a lot of the comedy in this movie works pretty well. Jesse Eisenberg going through this emo thing where, oh my god, his hair went from like regular to we got to spike it up and make him a little bit pale. And we got Twilight him up a little bit. It's like, what the fuck? Christina Ricci, the people walking by her and be like, you're hot now. That was, again, like, the comedy seemed a bit more natural in this movie. It seemed like it rolled a lot better in this movie. Some good direction here by Wes Craven. I think that there's a decent amount of practical effects in this movie. I remember it being a lot more CG heavy. And don't get me wrong, the dog scene where Jesse Eisenberg's dog turns to a werewolf thing, that was pretty damn bad. The ending where Judy Greer turned into the werewolf, that was pretty bad. It's weird. There are certain scenes that I'm like, yeah, the CGI is okay. It's serviceable. It works. And then there are other scenes where I'm like, oh my god, that looks really bad. However, you have a pretty awesome design for the werewolf in this movie. One of the better werewolf designs I've seen in a while. The costume is practical. Like a full bodysuit. Derek Mears playing the werewolf, apparently. I didn't even know that till now. So I think that the suit looks good. The design of the werewolf is pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome look. I'm glad it's unrated because you get a lot of bloody effects in this movie, which I'm just like surprised they would cut that down to PG-13. I'm assuming because they're like, well, we want to market it towards everybody. I don't get why you would try to trim this movie down. I really don't. Why make it PG-13 when there were so many cool effects and so many cool death scenes? People getting their, heads cut off and stomachs clawed out. The opening of the movie where a girl gets basically just cut in half by a werewolf. It's pretty crazy. So there's a lot of good bloody effects in there, but you got to get the uncut version. Get the uncut version. Watch it. It's better. I haven't seen the PG-13 cut since I've watched it on TV. This is better. Watch the uncut version. It's got a lot of bloody, gory scenes. Not really over-the-top gore, but pretty bloody scenes. It was cool, the LA atmosphere. This guy, Joshua Jackson, I've already forgot his name. Joshua Jackson, this guy who like designs clubs, and this one he's designing is all decked out to be this like horror monster look. You get the Wolfman in there, you see Pinhead, you see Nosferatu, some really cool nods. So I think Kevin Williamson really shines bright here as the writer. I think Wes Craven, that combo, they worked great together. What a good combo, good duo of a filmmaker and a writer. Maybe Kevin Williamson's a filmmaker. Maybe he's made movies. I don't know, but I know him more as a writer. But that combo, once again, coming back here. See, this is what I'm talking about. This, you got Kevin Williamson writing, you got Wes Craven directing. That's what was sorely missed in Scream 5 and 6. This stuff, where the dialogue is actually funny, witty, clever. The nods are clever. It works. Sorry, I hate 5 and 6. I hate Scream 5 and 6. But, yeah. Besides the CGI, I don't really know if I have any other problems, really. Yeah, just the CGI for me is the big problem. The movie opens up with Bowling for Soup, which I'm a big Bowling for Soup fan, so that was cool. I don't know if the song was that good. Little Red Riding Hood. I don't know if I liked the song, but it was cool seeing Bowling for Soup in the movie. That was pretty cool. That's the very first thing you see is Bowling for Soup, which I thought was pretty cool. Definitely tells you when this movie was made. And that's another fun thing, the totally 2000 stuff. The cell phones, the computer scene where Jesse Eisenberg's on the computer and the awful looking search engine and everything. Just the way it looked, just wonderful. Loved it. Yeah, I highly enjoyed it. It was pretty well made. It's 3.5 out of 5 for me. It's a fun time. I really dug it. It's not too bad. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've seen this movie, comment down below your guys' thoughts on it in the comments. And if you guys want to follow me on any social media, links to all my social media will be in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Wes Craven Movie Reviewing Marathon. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. And the Explorer 4 is out. See you guys later. Peace.